I chose the title Master of Evil basically because I'm kind of considered, or probably considered, one of the first people to kind of popularize evil music. With all the scary music that we made and crazy fighting shit. Like I'm definitely the first one that made crazy fighting shit, like tear the club up, hit a motherfucker, shit like that. Not just me. Me, Juicy, the whole 3-6 Mafia. So just like evil music. Even tonight at the show we had in ATL, man, a couple of fights broke out. They calmed it down though. So just like the master of evil music. The meaning behind the artwork is just me being like, in front of the old English style castle and being like, the master of all these evil people, evil women and guys, half naked and muscles and masks and all these evil motherfuckers. So, to be the master of all these evil people. Well, the cool thing about it, I don't know if a lot of people noticed this yet, but release dates changed from Tuesdays to Friday, which was perfect for me. So, coming out, I always try to bring out, every year I try to bring out an album in October. October is like when, Halloween, because Halloween is me and Lord Infamous anniversary to hip hop. That's when a lot of, some people know that, some people don't. So Halloween is when we decided we wanted to do rap. We wanted to become rappers, but that was, years and years and years and years ago. So I always try to bring something out right before Halloween. And when they changed the date to Friday's releases for records, it was perfect for me because it was the day before Halloween, which they call the Devil's Night. So it was a perfect date. Well, I always try to get the fans as much as I can, man, because for one, I make my own beats, and I have a couple of not ghost producers, a couple of artists that I signed that do some stuff, some stuff on them as well these days. But for the most part, I make all my own beats. I write all my own songs. So shit, I mean, why not? Because I always look at myself as being my biggest fan. So I try to give myself as much as I can give myself. You know what I'm saying? I do that. I always do that. Yeah, this is that. Always in the history of 3-6 Mafia, we always usually had an intro, and then we have a float. The first song, which usually would be kind of like a slow song, an old school song. Which on this album, it was the one called what was the name of that goddamn song? I can't even fucking remember. I can't remember, but it was a slower song. Down bad, down bad. And then we'll go into like a crunk song, and then maybe like another crunk song. Then we'll go into like a slower song or a song for girls or something. And then we'll go into like, different styles. But basically, with me coming from being a DJ, like yourself, I try to hit everything as fast as I can, and just different tempos, different subjects. It's mostly about the subjects. So you want to lock the people in with the subject. So you don't want to have all your weed songs at one time or all your robbery songs or all that. So I just mix up the subjects basically. That's the flow of the album. Oh, I'll start off with one of my favorite songs off the album that I just did a video for, called Die Anyway. And basically that song talks about how you're gonna die anyway, so you can pretty much do whatever you want to do in life. But you can't. But when you're young, the way I wrote the song and the way the video is about being a teenager. And it just basically just tells, like the hook goes like, my mama die anyway, and she was like, you gotta be better and you gotta be this and do that, and be like, okay, well, I might as well do drugs and have fun and bang this chick and bang that chick and do this and rob this person, rob that person, because either way it go, I'm gonna die. You know, there's nothing you can do in life to make you not die. I think some Chinese people done figured out a way to do it, but you know, we'll delve into that in another story, another time. But either way it go in life, you gotta die and pay taxes. You gotta pay taxes to this government, and you gotta die. So that was one of my favorite songs. I got another one called "I Done Lost Zaggins," which is niggas. I done lost niggas, and I talk about kind of about Lord Infamous and a lot of homies that I've lost. I probably done buried about 4 close homies in the last 2 years. Rest in peace, Lord Infamous. Rest in peace, Coops the nigga. Rest in peace, Fat Cat. You know, a bunch of my homies. I done paid for a lot of fucking funerals here lately. I should probably open up a funeral home. Anyway, that's a bad joke. But I talk about all the homies I lost. I got a brother that's doing 900 years in prison, and I talk about that on there. On this album, I did something different. I talk about a lot of life stories in it more than I ever did. Like, you know, back in the day, 3 6 we would rap about whatever the fuck, like, you know, whatever. You know, just rappers. But on this album, with all the shit that's been going on here lately, I talk about a lot of real life situations that I went through and that I did and all that. And that's what made it be one of my favorite albums I ever made, because I like to talk about true life stuff. You know, it comes out easier, and it's easy to write, and it gives the album a better feeling to me. As far as other songs, another one of my favorite on there is Black Haven, which is the hood. I had to do one for the hood. I never really did a song for my neighborhood like that. So the Black Haven song, with that song, I went more into old school 3 6 Mafia style with the beat and all that. You'll hear a lot of familiar old school samples from 3 6 Mafia in that song and chants. So I like that's one of my favorite songs for that. I got a bunch of them on there. I got the one with me and Juicy, which is always great. You know, when me and Juicy get together and do a record. I got the one with Yelawolf and Violent J from ICP, which was made more for the Juggalo fans that I have. You know, outside of my regular fans, my new fans, the Juggalos, that was made strictly for them. And then another one of my favorites on there is Don't Play With Your Life. Don't Play With Your Life. And it's like a slow song with a semi-West Coast kind of feel to it as far as the music, but it's still slow like South. And I like it because the hook is kind of like tongue twisting, and it's kind of, it's pretty hard. So I got a bunch of favorites on there, man. I love the album. Make sure you go back. One thing is I made the whole project in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, beats and verses and everything. And I basically just locked myself in my studio. And this was my schedule. I used 3 different engineers. I would start at 9 in the morning, and I would go to 6 in the morning, and then I would sleep from 6 to 9 and start right back up at 9. I had to use 3 different engineers to even be able to do that schedule. And it was murder. It was murder. And I would just get like, 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Sometimes I always take a lot of power naps. So, sometimes I would set my phone timer to take like a 5-minute nap. And I'd take a 5-minute nap, 30-minute nap, hour, whatever I could do, and wake right back up and get back to work. And it was hard. It was hard. But it was cool, though, because, like I said, 2 weeks, you just fucking get it over with, knock it out and just roll, man. So it was fun. And it came right after the mixtape. Shit, I think the mixtape probably had about 20 songs on there. So it was a lot of work, man, but it was cool, though. Like I said, I just try to, do it for the fans. make my own beats, got my own studio. I don't really have to pay for studio time. I just pay my engineers so I can roll.